Welcome to Real Custom Lures. My name is Jeff, and today we're going to make an inline spinner using the TwisTech wire bending tool. I have 3 different sizes of the TwisTech. I collected those over the last few years, and I'll show each one here shortly. And before we begin, I'd just like to give a big shout out to all the bait makers out there on YouTube. I've really learned a lot from y'all, and I thank you for sharing what you do. And to the viewers, I just started YouTube a couple months ago, November, and I'm actually I'm humbled. I'm really surprised on all the views I've received, all the comments, likes and subscribers. I really appreciate that. I didn't expect that. I'm doing it because I enjoy it. Anyhow, thank you for joining, and let's get going. Okay, so now I'm gonna go over the TwisTech. What I use. I have 3 of them. This is your standard TwisTech right here. It's really lightweight. It's real sturdy. And this one here is the standard model. It'll hold up to 0.37 wire diameter. And this one's used for your small, your panfish, your crappie, perch, bluegill, whatever. And it comes with the 2 screws here. You can mount this to your workbench, or I prefer to mount it to a like a 1x4 board. Then I'll clamp it to my workbench. Or you can actually get a TwisTech clamp, and I'll talk about that here in just a second. This one right here that I have already secured to my workbench using the TwisTech clamp. This one is a medium, which is, it will hold up to 0.38 to 0.41. And this bad boy right here, this is the Magnum. This is the heavy duty, and this one will hold up to 0.52. And I use this when I'm making my musky inline spinners, northern pike. And the clamp, I have it on, is the TwisTech clamp. You have to buy it separately. And it has a pretty good gap in here. It's about 2 inches and a quarter. And it really, it's secure once you clamp it on. And I use this a lot. I just clamp from a workbench, untwist it, and just take it off. Now I got these 3 over a period of time, and I've got them from different lure companies. Bartle's Tackle, Lures Part Online, and another site is Jan's Netcraft. These are hard to get, so I'm not sure why they're hard to find, but they are. And so if you happen to see one out there and you like the TwisTech, a demo that I'm going to show you, you might want to jump on it, because in the next day they'll be gone. It's supply and demand. I'm just not really too sure why these are so hard to get. So let me go over the TwisTech wire bending tool here. Up here it has a wire forming arm, and this is where the 2 pins are. You lay the wire through. And this is like the wire arm. This is what actually holds the wire together, the tension, while you're making the wire form for the twist eye. And down here is where we're actually going to make the twist eye. They have this little block right here where the wire sits into. There's another little notch in here to where the wire is going to wrap around. And then of course you have the eye hook right here that you slide the eye through to secure it. And upside down. And I did a another little chicken scratch diagram I use for reference for my starting point. So when I get ready to do my first twist eye, to where I'm going to attach the bucktail to, and then once I get the components added, where I laid the bead at to finish the inline loop. So with that being said, let's go. Again, this is 8-inch stainless steel wire. This is a 0.40 wire diameter. And the TwisTech, I really like the TwisTech. And I'll talk a little more. If you really like doing inline spinners, the TwisTech to me is a really good tool. I mean, you can knock out some inline spinners using this. My other video, I showed how you use the Hagens to make inline spinners. And I love the Hagens too. It's great. Just you have to do a little more wire bending. And you'll see here. So if you haven't seen my video on using the Hagens, please watch that for comparison to the TwisTech. Now what we're going to do is we have to get our wire formed here for the eye. Now, you can't lay the wire flat. You have to kind of do a slant, upward slant. And there's a little notch back here on this arm. And once you find that, then it will hold it. So you want the top of this from the point of this arm here up to this tip here. You want about 3/4 inch or a thumb's length. So we'll go with this right here. That's about thumb, 3/4. Now we're going to go counterclockwise. We're going to wrap it. Now this is the elbow down here. It's going to catch the long wire. You keep twisting until just about right here. There's a little bend. I call it a little elbow down here. You want to release the pressure, hold on to the wire. You take it off, and now you have your form right here. Now we're going to take the bucktail, and if you watch my Hagens video, you'll know what these white caps are that are over the hooks. These are hook protectors, and these are great. I don't get poked anymore. Now I'm going to go ahead and slide on the bucktail. And you can use any size of bucktail as well. Just for this demonstration purposes, I'm just using the smaller one here. You're going to put this so the eye slides over this. The bucktail will fall in place. There's a slot on the top of this block where the main wire shaft will go. And there's a little notch here. So when I push this arm, it's going to fit right in there. Like I hope you guys can see that. Now put some pressure, not real strong pressure, but you want to put some firm pressure. Then you want to start twisting. I do upwards. And just keep going until you hear a click. When I hear the 2 clicks, I stop, back it off. And now we have the twist here. About 2 or 3 twists is all you need. You don't need any more than that. And it does a real nice tight twist. Oops, dropped it. Now we're going to add the beads, the body. I'm going to take a red bead. The challenging part is finding the hole to slip the beads on here. And we're going to take another one. This is going to be a brass color. This is the hollow beads here. And I'm going to do another video that goes more in depth on the inline spinner components, bead sizes, body weight sizes, blades, and so forth. Some people will find it good, and some people might not. I'm not sure how to explain it. Some people might find it boring talking about lure components. let me put it to you like that. But I think it's an important topic, and it'll be talking points on why I choose this size of a bead, like a 5mm bead or 8mm bead. And you'll want to use those, particularly if you're going to make a musky bait. You're going to want some bigger beads. You want to kind of match it so it looks even, the profile. If you have a 1/2 ounce lead weight on here, you don't want tiny little beads on here, but we'll talk more about that in another video here. So I got this bead on here, and I'm going to slide the lead body on here. So I get these from Lure Parts Online, unpainted. They're lead bodies. You can paint any color you want. I just happen to paint this one red. Now we're going to get another bead here. Slide it on. And you might notice this padding I have in the paper plate here. I'll do a bonus feature. Talk more about this padding here. You might find it interesting. Now we're going to take another bead, smaller one. Find the hole here. I'll get in there. All right. And we're going to get the clevis to attach the blade. I put it in the first hole of the clevis. And we're just going to use a Indiana blade. And part of my next video, I'll go more in depth on different types of blades and their sizes. That might help you to choose which ones you might want to buy or already have on hand. But when you attach the blade, you want to make sure that the convex side is pointing toward the body. Just think like a spoon. You can feel it in your thumb when you're rubbing it. So you can attach it on. Finish clipping on the clevis here. All right, we've got the blade on. Now we're going to take small bead, top it off. And now we're going to get ready to make the wire form for the twist eye where the line is going to attach to. Now, I don't measure anymore or try to guess and then clip off the wire. I keep the wire just like it is. And the reason is because in the past, I would clip it off, and if I tilt this too far down, all these beads, I mean, they'll slide right off and they'll go everywhere. You'll have beads bouncing all over the place, hunting for them, picking them up, or whatever. So I keep the wire on, and then I'll snip it later, and I'll show you this here. Now we're back up here. We're going to slide the wire between the two pins, and I'll show you here in a minute how I align this. So what I do is this first bead right here, which is the top bead, I want it close to the arm, just outside of the arm right here. And that way, when I'm turning it, I'm going to have enough room, a gap in here, to where these beads won't get stuck in here or too close up. And then again, we're just going to twist counterclockwise. The arm's going to catch the elbow. It's going to catch the body here. We're going to keep twisting, and just until we line up down here on this elbow I was talking about, release the pressure and just lift it off. Now from the loop right here, about 3/4 inch is where we're going to snip the excess wire off, or again, thumb's width. So I'm just going to kind of measure by my thumb. Get your pliers. Make sure you're pointing away from your face. Snip it off. And now I'm going to attach the barrel swivel here. And you don't have to use a barrel swivel. It's just that if you fish an inline spinner, you want to make sure you use a snap swivel or something that's going to help prevent line twists. If you tie your fishing line straight to the inline spinner, after 20, 30, 40 casts, your line is going to start twisting and getting tight. Then what happens is all that goes back in the reel, and then when you cast, you're just going to have a mess on your hand. And this helps a lot to prevent that. Now I'm going to go ahead and slide it on, just like before. Find your grooves in here, your slots. Put a little pressure in here and start twisting. About 2 clicks. Back it off. And now we have it. And this is the gap I was talking about. You want to make sure you have a gap between the wire twist here and your top bead. That way you have enough room to where these will slide back and forth, and you'll get better performance and action out of your inline spinner. And like I said before, if you really like doing inline spinners, the TwisTech is for you. I mean, you can knock these out. I went slow just for the video demonstration, but I can really knock these out fast. And that's it. So we have a really nice looking inline spinner here. And now to the bonus feature I was talking about. Okay, this is kind of the bonus feature I was kind of talking about, just a little tip and trick that I learned, especially when picking up these beads. So I used to keep them in like little bead compartments, and I would pick them up, and then what would end up happening is the beads would intermix with all the other beads and so forth, and then I had to sort the beads out. So I thought, well, let me just go ahead and get things prepared ahead of time. And so I'm more careful when I get the beads out. And then I put them on the paper plate. What am I use here? The problem I was having with the paper plates is every time I went to grab a bead, they would just roll around on me, and I'm just chasing this bead all over the plate. Or whatever I'm picking up, the clevis, the beads. I'm going, all right, so I thought, well, I'm going to start using tweezers. So I would grab a tweezer, and then I'd pick it up. My problem was I would squeeze too hard with the tweezer, and these beads would like zing. They'd just take off and be bouncing off the garage door and the walls, and you hear them bouncing on the floor, and heck, you can never find them. So about once a week, after I'm making some lures, I have to get the shop vac out, and I just shop the floor, and I eventually find the beads and then go through the shop vac and stuff. And so I was helping my wife. We were putting lining on the cupboards, you know, the kitchen cabinets and stuff. And I was looking at it, I thought, well, why couldn't I use that? So it's the kind of like a vinyl liner to it, and it has this, non-skid, whatever, backing on it. So I cut one out and stuck to my paper plate here, and now the beads, I can just pick up the beads. They're not rolling all over the place. So I'm not chasing them, because every time I touch one, they start rolling around. And this has helped a lot. I'm doing this. So I just want to kind of point that out. And then just to circle back to the to when I was using the tweezers, picking them up, and the beads just flying everywhere. This is a true story, believe it or not. So I was getting ready to cut the grass one day and raise the garage door. And when I was raising the garage door, I was hearing things just dropping and bouncing. I was going, what is going on? And I saw another one bounce up and down, and they were beads that got stuck or wedged or on the garage door lips and stuff like that. And I went, good grief. But anyhow, I just thought I'd share that with you. And so that's about it for my my bonus feature here. Well, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy this. I had fun making this for you. I do want to release one on talking components for inline spinners, and then I'm going to do another video down the road on making spinner baits, the classic spinner baits. And we'll talk about how I make them, where I get some of the components at, and so forth as well. But anyhow, thank you very much for watching, and until next time, tight lines, and I'll catch you later.